That's what I mean.
Well, yes, but the point is, President Rawlings, since when have you not known President Rawlings to criticize when he thinks things are not right or he feels that things should be done slightly differently? Under his own administration, he was criticizing his people. Under Kufuor's administration, he was criticizing the Kufuor administration. And he told us even before we came into power that he would criticize us if he felt that he was not happy.
Yeah.
That is not to say that everything he says is absolutely correct, but that is how he feels about it. And you cannot put away his 19 years of leadership as if he didn't exist or as if he never learnt anything about the way Ghanaians and our people operate. And therefore, anytime he puts something out there, one has to not just ignore it, you look at it. But at the same time, we have a president who is very experienced. In actual fact, I do not think that as an individual, save for Rawlings, there's anybody who has possibly got that amount of experience in terms of holding office.
Yeah.
Because he was our vice president for 4 years. And then he has been the flag bearer of the party for another 8 years.
Yeah.
So in terms of party politics and also in terms of government business, bearing in mind that he was also head of tax prior to that for a considerable period, you have somebody who is very, very knowledgeable about government workings and party workings. But you also have a situation where you have in Professor Mills just not the experience, but a sharp mind.
But
his mind is very sharp.
Apart from all that you're saying, of course, his experience and that when it comes to mind, nobody will disagree with you.
Yeah.
But his administration has come to a very serious criticism since the party
but I do not
came
think,
into power.
I think that the criticisms have been based on misinformation. And the misinformation being that and that is why I started off by saying that our communication machine has not gone out and has not been able to break through the negative propaganda that exists. We have put out stuff, but we haven't sustained it. And we haven't gotten it to the places where it has to go to. And that is why I'm saying that that is the issue. It's not that it hasn't been done. And therefore, a lot of the criticism stems from the kind of misinformation that we have allowed to seep into the body politic of our people, and therefore they're making value judgment on these issues. Anytime you go and speak to people, and they begin to realize this, why didn't you tell us? You listened to the vice president yesterday.
Yeah, I was telling us.
You were surprised about all the things that happened. But if he hadn't spoken, you would have gone away ignorant about a lot of these things. But he spoke. He spoke about the aircrafts. He spoke about the reasons why decisions were made. He spoke about the foot soldiers and the fact that it is an educational thing that we haven't done properly. He spoke, so he covered a whole raft of issues, and there's a multitude. He spoke about even inflation and the way people are viewing it as against the very same people who for 8 years had been trumpeting and trying to bring it down. They never got there. Somebody gets there and all of a sudden it shouldn't matter. All these are things we haven't done properly in terms of info. But actual thing is that the work has been done. Oh. We have reached it. We have achieved it. It is going to benefit Ghana. We have now got a framework where we don't have to go and take 750 million at 8.5% Eurobond to go and be borrowing money, which is going to be very expensive to pay. We have a framework where we have a country-to-country bilateral agreements where even when we go for the loans, we can get them at concessionary rates. And they've opened a basket. When you need it, come. We negotiate with the Chinese. We've got grants in them, which means we don't have to pay back. They'll give us the grants and when we put forward the documentation and the projects. So you have to link the projects to the money. So we have now the opportunity to open the eastern corridor, both with roads and possibly also with railway. And if we do that, you can't imagine the effect that is going to have on the country. Bearing in mind that the food basket, actually those roads on the railway will pass through it. Once you get to the Afram Plains and beyond. And if you're able to transport that food, already, even without that facility, we have been able to bring inflation down based simply on the rate of inflation in the food basket component of the inflation rate. We haven't even got that road open. If it opens, it even gives us the opportunity to reduce it further. Because notwithstanding the fact that we've got oil, and oil is going to come through, we have not lost focus of ensuring, like other countries did, the fact that our agriculture is our mainstay and we intend to do this thing. And you heard the president, the vice president. He told you, we are exporting grain to the UN. They are buying grain from us, corn, for their UN program for countries that don't have. We are now exporting grain. So, so quite clearly, Ghana, But people, when it was said, people looked up in surprise. Oh, is that true? And began to clap. Yes, it is true.
So what I mean, the vice president spoke to a number of people
Yes.
in the hall.
Yes.
So how are the